Good day, YouTube. Welcome to my channel. My name is Darren and my ham radio call sign is N4VFR. Alright, it's been a while since I've updated my Anan G2. I have the blackface version, the firmware update. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to make up a backup of your MicroSD card and also to perform the firmware update. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take out the Anan G2 and remove all the screws. There's a MicroSD card slot on the inside. This is my computer tool kit. It has a whole bunch of screwdrivers, Torx, various sizes. So what we use to remove the Anan G2 screws is, there they are right there. I don't have all my screws installed. I only have 4 screws, 2 on the side and 2 on the top. And the rest of the screws I have it located on the inside of this case. And the Torx that I'm using is the T8. So those screws that I had installed on my case, they're located here. The top left 1, the right rear was 2, and then the 2 sides 3 and 4. And those are the only screws that are holding the top case on the chassis. I do that because I often go inside. You know, you can clean it easily, and while I'm here I can remove the MicroSD card that's on the inside. Okay, I got a flashlight and I got my Torx on the inside that's pointing to the MicroSD card. So I got the lid open. Let's take a look on the inside closer. And right there where you can see the Torx pointing to, that's where the MicroSD card is located. And to remove that, all I have to do is push and it's ejected. You can see it there, and I can just pull it straight out. Here's the card. I'm using a 128 gigabyte SanDisk. This is my MicroSD card reader. It uses a USB type A, and I'll be plugging that in my PC right here on top. Welcome to my desktop. I'm going to plug my card reader into the PC and it should be recognized, and there it is. The disk imager that I'm running here is the Win32 disk imager, and I'll leave the link in the description so you can download the latest version and make a backup of the MicroSD card onto your PC. So I'm going to select my device is E, and the image file, under where it says file name, I'm just going to type Anan G2 backup 20 March 2026, and then click on open. So that's where it's going to be located. It's going to be saved under my downloads / Anan G2 backup. I'm going to leave hash none, and I need to read it. So once it reads it, it's going to save it. You can direct it to save it to where you want it to be saved. And it's going to take some time, so I'm just going to let it run. What I meant earlier to say is on this image file right here, this is where it's actually going to be saved. I'm actually saving it in my downloads folder, and this is the file name itself. Anan G2 backup 20 March 2026, and the file extension will be .img, India Mike Golf. Wow, it's still going. It's still reading that MicroSD card. I think it just depends on how big your card is how long it's going to be able to read it. I'm just letting it continue. Okay, it's almost done. It's like 99%. And I don't know how long it took. Maybe like 15 minutes. There you go. So when it's done, this is what you see. It gives you an acknowledgement that the read was successful. We just backed up that micro SD card onto my hard drive. Download here. Yeah, that is today's date. Now it's just past after midnight, 12:09 in the morning here. So that's my image file right there. So that's a method that you could do to just make a copy of the micro SD card and save it onto your PC. So you don't have to have multiple micro SD cards. Although I do have one that's located on the inside. I put it in an envelope and I just taped it and I put a date on it. Here, I'll go ahead and take it out so you guys can take a look at it. So this is what it reads. That's the master. I'm just going to go ahead and keep that here. I don't have to run anything else. I mean, I got it already backed up on the PC, right? This portion of the video, I'm going to show you the P2 app where you can see what version firmware you are currently running in your Anan G2. The P2 app here, all I have to do is just double click, execute in a terminal. Here you can see the current FPGA firmware that is currently loaded. I'll highlight it. So currently I am version 25. Okay, I have a text that I put here on the upper right corner. And again, I'll leave this in the description so you can copy and paste, or you can just hand type it. These two little scripts here, I'm just going to copy it, Control C, and then I'll be pasting it in the terminal. Okay, here's my terminal. Just going to do a Control V as in Victor. No, he doesn't want to do it, so I'll just do a right click and paste it, and then type enter. It's pulling the files from the repository. You need to make sure that you do have internet connectivity, whether it be Ethernet or Wi-Fi. Unable to access the GitHub Lawrence Barker Saturn. Okay, it could not resolve the host. So I ran into an issue, a problem. Okay, on the desktop of the Anan G2, I'm going to get on the internet. I'm right copy this GitHub link, paste it. And I think the issue is that I'm not actually going out. I may perhaps have a VPN running. See, I can't even get on Google. So that's what's the holdup. Wow, it's just after 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm going to use this script here to perform an update. And this here, this is the FPGA from Lawrence Barker. This is the actual firmware download repository at the GitHub. So I'm going to copy this to line here. I'm going to go into terminal. And I'm going to do a Control V. No, it doesn't do it. Just do a right click and paste it. You need to make sure that you are connected to the internet. What I did notice is I lost all my icons on my desktop. I had the P2 app there, but I rebooted my system, so we will see what happens. All right, so there's an error to update the P2 app. SH script was not found. This link here, this is Lawrence Barker's FPGA link. I'm just going to copy, go onto the internet. I will just paste it in the web browser and go. I want to download the latest FPGA. So I think I need just to scroll down right there. The latest one is right here. It's a Saturn Primary 2024 version 27.bin. Click on it. Here is the download the raw file. We will click on that. All right, so let me double check and see if it's going to be downloaded. No downloads. It's not allowing me to download, but I gotta wait around it. I will probably have to copy the file and then bring it in via thumb drive under the directory home, hi, then download, place it there. So let me do that. Since I cannot download it here, first thing we're going to do, let's try this script right here. I got it in my notepad. I'm just going to copy and paste it. We're going to paste it into terminal. Enter. Did you see backup? Select no. It's important to have internet connectivity so it can download the files necessary for the update. Did you see it? It started adding some icons on the desktop. And there is, you see it says complete. And I think that's it. So it added some of these icons onto my desktop. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a reboot and see if the firmware has been updated to the latest one. Okay, it's done rebooting. Okay, it says this text file P2 app seems to be an executable script. What do you want to do with it? I want to execute it in terminal. Never seen that one before. And nothing comes up. I'm only going to use this one right here, P2 app. Double click on it. Execute in terminal. It flashed and it went away. I'll double click. I'm going to execute it. I'm going to actually shut down my Anan G2 completely. I'm going to turn it back on, and it should reboot itself and then auto connect to the VNC server. So my Pi is connected. All right, welcome to my desktop again. We're going to get this GitHub link for the FPGA, copy it, go into your web browser on the Anan G2, paste and go. Sure you have internet, so we can go to the repository to download the firmware. This is the Lawrence Barker Saturn FPGA. Go scroll down to the bottom under Saturn Primary 2024 version 27.bin. Click on it once. All right. Go down to where you see the raw. Click raw. We're going to save the file. And where we're going to save it, we're going to save it in the download folder. All right, it's completed. Let's take a look. Go to Home, Pi, Downloads, and that's where it's stored, right there. Now we can close these out. We're going to select Flash Writer. I want to execute it. I'm going to open that specific file located in the Downloads. Click on Open. Leave Primary. Don't erase the device. And we're just going to click on Program. Okay, it just finished verifying. Successful. Close out this. And then we're going to shut down and then you can reboot it. I'm just going to shut it down completely and then restart my Anan G2. Okay, the Anan is booting up again. Once it's finished booting up, it's going to reconnect to my VNC server. There we go. Just cancel out of that. I want to look at the P2 app. Execute in terminal. This is where I'm running into issue. I cannot see the terminal. It goes there and it just vanishes. We try to start the Thetis. I'll close this window out. Nope, it doesn't connect. This is what I'm seeing right here. All right, I was unsuccessful in updating the V27 firmware, and when I didn't have it recorded, but when I tried to run the Thetis program, it was super slow, and I just woke up. I only had 4 hours of sleep, and I gotta turn around and head back to the airport, back to Philadelphia. But hey, first let me have some coffee. Got me some breakfast blend coffee. It's a K cup. Okay, I'm ready. The video that I'm going now compile to make this video. I was going to probably make it into like failed upgrading to the firmware, and then I'm going to. The outcome is how to restore your Thetis to revert back to the working version. So here we go. As you see here, this is Thetis. It's working. I don't have the sound, so you can't hear the sound. That noise you may see there, that's my LED lighting perhaps. I got a LED lamp here right here to my left side, my 7 o'clock position. Yeah, let's show you how to get this back to working again, to unbrick your Anan G2. Now I have the blackface version. I used to have the Ultra with the one with the screen on it. I didn't really like it. Um, it's a little bit different, and when you run Thetis, you have to run that P2 app, and I didn't like that extra steps, and that's why I sold the Ultra. So let me stop this and then close it out. All right, it's closing. I'm going to bring up the Windows for the Anan G2. Okay, I got it open. This is the Anan G2 right here. We're looking at the desktop of it. I don't need to go there yet. I don't know why I brought it up so fast. I don't need to go there yet. Maybe because it's 8:35 and I went to bed at 4 o'clock. Thinking ahead. The first thing we need to do in order to restore your previous firmware that was working, we need to reopen the Anan G2, pull out the MicroSD card. That MicroSD card, plug it in back to the card reader and plug it in into the computer. All right, let me do that. And for this demonstration, I'm not going to, because mine is working now, I'm not going to actually use my micro SD card, but I will use this one here. This is another SD card. It's a clone. It's not the 128 gigabyte one. It's the 64 gigabyte. And I'm going to see if that image can be flashed onto this 64 gigabyte micro SD card. And I got it labeled here as G2 clone. Yeah, you're not going to see it. But anyways, take my word for it. All right, I'm going to close this out, this Anan G2 window. Don't need it. And let's verify that I do have a micro SD card in it. Yep, here it is, boot. This is it. I'm just going to go ahead and format this. Format it. FAT32. Quick format. Start. Click OK. Just let it format. You don't have to do it. I didn't do it when I restored my Anan G2. But I'm just going to show you that you got a blank micro SD card. Here it is right here. You know what? I want to change the name. You don't have to change the name. I'm going to rename to it my call sign, N for VFR. So that's my micro SD card. It's called N4VFR. Now this is the process of restoring it. There's a application that I use, and I showed you earlier. I'll leave it in the description. It's this icon right here. Oh, Win32 Disk Imager. We need to double click on that. The micro SD card is plugged in. It's already identified as E. This image file here, you need to find your backup. All right, I'm going to bring up my file manager, go into where I saved my backup. If you can't find your image backup, it's because you need to add the suffix of .img. That's India Mike Golf. These 3 letters, IMG. Because if you don't have that, it's not going to recognize it as an image backup. So make the extension IMG. Now let's find that file. Image file, folder, go to your place where you did your backup. Here it is. This is what we did yesterday. Today is now the 21st of March. So Anan G2 backup 20 March 2026. Highlight that and click open. Now it's ready to be written. So all you need to do is click on write. And you confirm it that you're going to target to N4 VFR. Click yes. So it's not going to work because the extra space does appear to contain data. Do you want to continue anyways? Heck yeah, let's go ahead and continue. Now it's going to start writing. So you got a percentage here. It's going to show you the progress. And when it's done, you can also verify. Once she's done writing onto the MicroSD card, you can just verify, and it's going to compare the data to from the 128 to the 64 gigabyte card. And if it doesn't work, then it's probably best to get another 128 gigabyte card. So then you're copying an image from 128 to another MicroSD card, 128 gigabytes. So let's let that run while I enjoy my coffee. Okay, the write is successful, and we're going to click on OK, exit, and double check that I can eject the microSD card. You see that the image file changed my call sign to boot. So do a right mouse click and eject it. Now it's safe to remove the microSD card from the computer. The next step is to take the microSD card and insert it into the G2. I won't be able to show you that right now because I got mine all buttoned up. And once you have it inserted, we're going to turn it on, and it should turn on. And you need to VNC, using the real VNC server, you need to VNC into the G2 desktop. Coming up on the real VNC viewer. So I'm going to double click on it. I can close this out and bring the desktop from the other video monitor. So what you're looking at now, this is the Anan G2. So let me just show you my P2 app. It's version 25. Now it's reverted back to version 25. Now, if you still have issues, it doesn't come up, or perhaps when you double click on the P2 app and then the terminal comes up and then goes away. I had that. I experienced that earlier this morning. Just reflash it to a working image and it should boot up fine, just like what you see here. Now let's take a look at the file manager. Go to Home, I, and then under the downloads, you should have the working firmware. In this case, it's V25. That's the last one that I flashed that was working. To reflash back to your previous firmware, click on Flash Writer. Go ahead and execute it in the terminal. You want to open that file we just saw, and it's right there, but it's located in the Downloads folder right here. Highlight it, click Open. Leave the primary as selected, and do not press erase the device, just program it. So I am now programming my firmware, reflashing it back to 25. That's version 25. And once it's finished reflashing, go ahead and turn off the Anan G2 and then reboot it. And what you're seeing here, it says verify successful. So it's working fine. Once that's completed, just X out of here. If you want to shut it down properly, click on the Raspberry Pi icon, click on log out, and click on shut down. And look at your Anan G2, it will change color from the red power switch and it will turn to white. Once it's on white, you can power off. I'm going to power on the Anan G2 now. I'm going to now start Thetis. Okay. And I'm going to power it on. All right, we're on 40 meters. We got signals. There it is. So it's working again. I got to get back to Philadelphia, so I won't be able to retry this until I get a couple of days off. Right now, my antenna it's got knocked down. I'll make a video so you guys can see what actually happened to my antennas. It sucks right now. Kind of stressed out, and I want to get my shack back together. This is my primary shack. All right. Well, I'm back to the original setting before I tried to update to version 27 on the firmware, but I'll try it again. But at least I show you how to revert back to your previous operating version. My name is Darren, and my ham radio call sign is N4VFR. I'll say 73s, and I'll see you on the next video.